Hi, my name is Michelle Batterson, and I'm going to be your child's fifth grade teacher this year. I'm very excited to have your child in my class, and we're going to learn a lot of great things, but most importantly, we're going to learn what God wants us to learn in the class, and we're going to honor Him in all that we do. So a little bit about me. I am going into my 14th year as a teacher, and this will be my 8th year here at Humble Christian. 7 of those years have been here teaching 5th grade. So I'm very familiar with the curriculum, this age of kids, and so I'm very excited to be back into 5th grade. So now let's start off by going over some of our discipline procedures in upper elementary. First, they will have an How I Act binder. And these, there's basically 10 specific rules that we try to follow and honor each day. And I can give you a copy of those at the Cougar Camp on Thursday, and I will also send home a copy of those. And you can go over them with your child and make sure they understand the rules, as we will go over them as a class also to make sure they know what is expected of them, what I expect from them, and what they, are going to expect from me also. Along with that comes the responsibility stick. Each day the student will start out on green, and the first infraction they will move to yellow. And I will send home a PTC, which is a parent-teacher communication slip, and this will explain what the infraction was. And along with that, for homework, they need to write 1/3 of the Declaration of Independence. And that's a big document. They've already moved to yellow in the day, and they need to move to the next color, orange. That will result in them writing 2/3 of the Declaration of Independence for homework. So obviously we don't want that to happen, because that can add up and it's a pretty long document. So we're going to try to keep those to a minimum. Now with some serious infractions, we would have to probably pull in Mrs. Bettis or Mr. Howell to deal with those issues. But as a whole, I like to deal with the discipline and the issues in the classroom. I feel that we're a family, we're a community in here, and I feel like the children at this age need to start trying to work together to figure out their problems and differences, and I'm here as a facilitator and try to help them learn those skills. Okay, now we're going to talk about RenWeb. Please make sure that you have set up an account if you haven't already done so in RenWeb. If you're confused on how to do that, just call the office and they can walk you through it. RenWeb is like gold. That's where you're going to find like my lesson plans. That's where you can look at your child's grades. That's where you order your child's lunch from. Everything is on RenWeb. And there's also an app that you can get on your phone. So if your child's at soccer practice and you're like, I wonder what kind of homework they have, you can just sit there and pull it up and you'll be able to see what's on it for that day. You can see also what we're working on a day-to-day basis. If things change, I do try to go in there. If we take longer, say in math on a particular concept, and everything gets pushed back a day, I do try to go in there and update that so you're aware of what we're doing each day. Now, there is a section in RenWeb that shows specifically homework that it is for that day. So if little Johnny comes home and is like, oh, I forgot what pages we need to read in history, you can look it up under the homework section and it will show you the exact pages, if there's maps to be studied, all of that. So RenWeb is a very important tool that I really encourage you to use. And if you have any questions about anything written on there, please feel free to contact me. Now, I want to ask that you try to order your child's lunch through RenWeb. I do go over it quickly in the morning of like, okay, this is what you're ordering, this is what you're ordering, but there's not a lot of time in the morning to do that, so it would be very helpful if you could already go in there and have your child's lunch done. Now, they will also have a homework binder. It's a 2-inch homework binder that's going to have a tab for every subject. All their stuff will go in each tab. I try to encourage them to be organized and not just shove everything in that front pocket. There's a tab for everything, and they will bring this home every day. Now, they might not be used to this, but the way I run it in the classroom is I don't pick up stuff until the next day. So say they do a math lesson and they finish it. They don't just come turn it into me. I won't collect it till the next day when we start math. So if little Johnny comes home and there's a math worksheet in his binder and you're like, oh, you need to finish it. He's like, no, Mom, I finished it. Well, she didn't pick it up. I don't pick it up until the next day. So even completed work will go into their binder. So I want to make sure you're aware of that. Now, incomplete classwork does happen. However, if they start coming home and they have math to finish, reading to finish, spelling to finish, a science worksheet to finish, and like every subject we do, then you might want to discuss, or we might want to sit down together and discuss like what they're doing in the classroom and why they're not finishing it. Because they should not have hours and hours of homework. Math, they probably will have every day to finish it. I do give them quite a bit of time in class, but it's a lot. It depends on the lesson. It might take longer that day. So they might have math homework, but they should not be bringing home everything in every subject. So just to be aware of that. Now, tests and quizzes will be on the lesson plan sheet that will be in the front of their binder. So you're always aware, and also it's on WinWeb also, that you'll be able to see when tests are, and I always put it like a week or two ahead of time, like test is coming up, study or the study guide, and they will have study guides to be able to work off of. Now, in 5th grade, 60% of the grade are tests, and 40% come from quizzes and daily work. Now, except for Bible, where everything is just counted 100% the same. So just be aware that a lot of their grade comes from their test. Now, they will be bringing home a weekly folder. It will come home on Mondays. And this is where on one side you will see it says daily work, please take out. On the other side, it'll say test and quizzes, please sign and return. So please just do that. On the side that says take out, that's just all their daily work that might have a check on it or grades on it. Take those out, look over them with your child. The other side, all test and quizzes need to be signed by a parent and then returned back to me. Now, some children think that it's your responsibility to sign the folder, but in 5th grade, I try to teach them that it just takes 5 seconds for them to take it out of their backpack and ask you to sign it. So we really try to work on them owning their own accountability and not coming back on Tuesday saying, my mom didn't sign it, my dad didn't sign it. Well, did you show it to them? No, they didn't take it out. Well, it's their responsibility to show it to you and just have you look at it and have it come back. Now, if it doesn't come back on Tuesday, it will reflect their How I Act discipline stick. They will move their clip for not having the proper stuff back. Now, in history, they will be learning 5 history documents this year. It will be in the back of their history book to study from, and it's memorization. So overall in 5th grade, there's 5 memorization documents. There's 4 projects that they will be doing. There's 4 current events in history that we'll be doing. And there's a research paper in English that we'll be working on, mainly as a class. We'll be doing that as a class. Now, we do have specials that we go to. There's PE. So please make sure on PE days that they wear their PE uniform and that they wear proper shoes, especially girls. No slide-in shoes or anything like that. Everybody should be wearing tennis shoes. And please bring water, especially this first few months of school. It's so hot. Please bring a water bottle. Please have their name on the water bottle. Okay, and I would prefer them to bring, if they're going to bring water, to bring it in a disposable water bottle. So that way if it spills in the classroom, it doesn't leak all over the place. But if you've already bought or they already have a regular water bottle, then that's fine also. Just make sure their name's on it, because when you get 30-some 5th graders out there with water bottles, you want to make sure that your child gets their own. So please make sure you bring that. Okay, dismissal is at 3:10. It is very important that you stay in your car. We will get the child to you as soon as we can. You will have a placard that will go on your car that we can see what child to bring to what car. But if you get out of your car thinking it's going to be easier to run over to the line and get him, that's just going to hold everything up. And we want, most of all, to be safe. And please don't use your cell phone. It is a school zone, so please don't be on your phone, because we're walking kids through cars and we just want everyone to be safe, like I said. Tutoring. I wanted to let you know about tutoring. I will tutor math and English. Mondays will be English. Tuesdays will be math. And mainly this is for if a child is failing or if they're really struggling with a concept. If your child has a B and you want them to go up to an A, that's not really what tutoring is for. I tutor those that are really struggling and who need the help to bring up their grade from a D or an F. Now, if it's a special one-on-one case and your child, like I said, isn't understanding a concept, I'm more than willing to stay on another day that's not Monday or Tuesday. Just email me and we'll work out a plan, because that's what I'm here for. I want your child to do well. So that is it for 5th grade. And like I said, I'm very excited to see each and every one of them. I'm so happy to be back here. This place is wonderful, and I feel like God is present in this building. And we're going to work hard. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a lot of laughs. And I'm anxious to see you at the Cougar Camp.